Hi everyone and welcome to episode 10, double digits, of the YarnderWoman podcast. My name is Melinda. I am known as YarnderWoman on Instagram and Ravelry, and today is Saturday the 6th of December 2014 and I'm coming to you from sunny Perth in Western Australia. It is sunny today. We've had some very bizarre weather lately, but we are officially in summer, so the heat is coming. I hope everyone's been doing well. It's been 2 weeks since I uploaded the last episode, but 3 weeks since I recorded because of some technical issues. Hopefully today will go well. It turns out I have bronchitis, so this bad cough I haven't been able to shake had a good reason that it was hanging around. So thankfully I'm not contagious, so I haven't been sharing the joy with anyone else. But I will try to save you from any coughing fests. I'm quite glad I record in segments anyway, so I should be able to hold it until then. But I hope everyone's going well. I had hoped to have the Christmas tree up to record in front of today, but we haven't quite got there yet. I think that might be tomorrow's job. But next time we should have some Christmas things to look at. I've got a lot to show you today in terms of acquisitions. If anyone saw some of my photos on Instagram, you'll know that there's quite a few. So let's get on with the show and we'll begin with broaching the subject. But Mr. J... I usually do a better Harley Quinn voice than that, but because my throat's a bit funny from the bronchitis, that wasn't my best effort, so don't judge me. So today's brooch is Harley Quinn, one of my favourite characters from comics. And I'm also wearing a Harley Quinn inspired t-shirt. Hang on, I'll stand up a little so you can see. So it says Harley's Puddin' Pops. And we've got the Joker and Batman and some other characters here in a sort of 60s retro style. For those who don't know, Harley Quinn her love is the Joker of Batman, and she calls him Puddin', so that's what the puddin's for. And she also calls him Mr. J, so quick Harley Quinn history lesson there. But yes, as I said, Harley is one of my very favourites. When I saw this brooch from Hungry Designs on Etsy, I just had to grab it. So as always, there'll be a link to that shop in the show notes. She does have brooches other than pop culture references, but a lot of those as well, so go and have a look if you'd like. And I love this one. And I love that it's a two-parter, it's something a bit different. And I love Harley Quinn. Finished objects. There is only one, but technically two because it's a pair. So these are the socks I made for my stepson's 18th birthday. They're done. So little ankle socks. Look at the size of that foot. It always amazes me when you look at a store-bought sock that's obviously got elastic in it and how it looks much smaller. And then you're like, oh my god, that can't possibly be right. But according to my cardboard cutout of his foot, it is. So I did follow a basic pattern on these. They've got a 3x2 ribbing that goes all the way down the foot. You can see that. And then, of course, plain stockinette on the bottom. And the fish lips kiss heel. And it's completely gone out of my mind. I think it was something like basic ribbed sock or something, so my apologies. It will of course be in the show notes so you can link straight to the Ravelry pattern. It was a free pattern, and I just wanted something a little bit different because I haven't made him socks recently anyway. I made him some about 3 years ago probably, and I really didn't know what I was doing when I was making socks so I really wanted to get something with a little bit more stretch. So hopefully they'll fit. But these are made with Gnome Acres in the House Gnome base, which is I believe 75-25 superwash merino and nylon, in the Joker colourway. So Joker, it all matches. And he's a very big fan of the Joker, so he should hopefully love these. Hopefully they'll fit him. I figure if they don't, they'll still be okay for around the house, even if you can't wear them out. But yes, his birthday is next week. And we were trying to work out what else to get him because 18th is the year you turn officially into a legal adult. So we want to get him something special. Thus far, we've just got these. Hey, these are special? Yeah, I think so. We have to figure something else out. So if you've got any hints or tips or things you got, let me know. On with works in progress, and I must apologise, I feel like I'm a bit flat today. I think it's a combination of a bit of jet lag from my Melbourne trip and the bronchitis, and it's quite early in the morning, so my apologies. I will try and pack it up and maybe I'm okay, but it's just how I feel at the moment. works in progress number 1. Furthering the no makers conversation that we just had, I have now been making some little ankle socks for my partner Damien. This time in no makers, the Bumblebee colourway. Now I will specify, this one is called Bumblebee, as in the Transformer, but I'm calling them Batman socks. No makers does have a colourway called Crikey Batman, and it's black, yellow and a bit of white. But when I showed them both to Damien, this was a while ago, and said, you know, if you were going to get socks, which one would you get? And he didn't want the white, so I went for Bumblebee, and I'm calling them Batman. Having said that, I think there's a lot more yellow because it's Bumblebee. I think Damien would probably like them better if the colour was reversed, there was more black than yellow, but I don't think he's going to be that fussy. And hey, they're socks, he's not going to complain, it's fine. So this is also the house gnome base, the same as the Joker ones, so 75-25. And I've got 2 going, so I do them concurrently. But this pair is on DPNs because I thought I was going to have a much better chance to get these on the plane than my metal circulars. Because, you know, who can tell? They could go either way. But little DPN wooden ones were fine. Didn't get questioned. It was all good. I didn't get a great deal done while I was away. I started this, cast this on the plane on the way over. So it's a 3.5-hour flight to Melbourne, and then it's 4.5 hours back because you're flying with the turn of the earth. It's quite bizarre. And I slept most of the way back, so I didn't get a lot done. And during the week when I was there, because I was there for a training course, so that was quite taxing mentally. And then in the free time, you know, getting out and trying to explore, and I ate so much. So I didn't actually feel like knitting a lot of the time when I was there. I did do a little bit here and there, but not much. So that's all I got done. So I've got the ribbing. So it's a 3x2 knit 3x1. Sorry, 3x1. And then I think 2.5 centimetres, which is about 1 inch of stockinette, and I'm ready for the heel on that one. This is my DPN holder with all the coffee words by the lovely little bobbins on Etsy. So this one, I have done the heel, as you can see. Fish Lips Kiss heel. Now, it might look a little stiffer there because what I did was I actually held the yarn double when I did the heel. And the reason for that is when I was knitting these, I was getting concerned that it was a bit of a loose gauge, but it's the same needles I always use, which is 2.5 millimeter, which I think is a 1.5 on US sizes. But of course, you know, different yarns are different widths, even though they're all fingering weight. But I was a little bit concerned, and then I was listening to an audio podcast, and I think it might have been the Prairie Girls, but an old episode, not a recent one. And I think it was them anyway. Whoever was talking mentioned holding yarn double while doing a heel to just give it a bit more reinforcement. And I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. And I tried them on to see how it feels, but of course they're too big for me, so I couldn't tell one way or the other because they weren't fitting properly. They're really, really stiff. It's like when you knit a stuffy or a toy, and it's like that chainmail sort of density. But yeah, I guess, you know, I can ask Damien what he thinks of them and then see whether that's something worthwhile trying for other socks, because in theory it's a good idea. You can't really tell on the knitting, you know, that's, I think the line is there. So yeah, you can't really tell to look at. So I guess it'll just come down to how comfortable they are. So these are for Christmas for Damien, and now that I'm doing my own editing, he won't be able to see them, so and I'm hoping they'll get done. They should be. It's okay, because I'm actually not doing the ribbing all the way down the foot on these. I'm just going to straight stockinette, so should go a bit quick. We'll see. And they'll be good for a commute knit because I can just go round and round and round. These are currently living in my Tangerine Designs little cutie love heart animals. These sock bags are really good, sock sacks. Really good for travelling, so I could just shove them into my bag when I was going around. So that's that one. My next project is the one that I'm entering in the Knit More Girls Grinch Along competition, which is where you are knitting something for yourself, not a present for anyone else. So these are a present for me. So I have finished one sock. Look how short that is compared to my stepson's. Let me just go and grab it. Oh, I shouldn't make myself laugh. That makes me cough. I should just stop being so funny. Dear me. Anyway, look at that. How funny. So, these are little ankle socks for me, and they are knit with Stray Cat sock yarn. And these balls, when they're wrapped, as you can see with those outer ones, are wrapped like the Everlasting Gobstopper, but then underneath they're all mixed in, which I think looks really cool with this colourway as well. So this was the same yarn that we had as a generous giveaway a couple of weeks ago. So it's a company out of New Zealand on Etsy, Stray Cat Sock Yarns. Again, the link will be there. Great yarn, really hard wearing. It's not, you know, mega soft. It's certainly not scratchy at all, but it's really hard wearing. I've got another pair of socks made out of these, and I've had no problems with them, whatever, in the, you know, hand wash, machine wash, dryer, all really good. So this is the Candy Cane colourway. I haven't woven the ends in, as you can tell. So these are my Christmas socks for me, and little ankle socks because obviously we're in summer here, and the only time I'm really wearing socks is with my walking shoes for walking to and from work, so I get change my shoes when I get to work. These also have a little corresponding coordinating colour for the heel, and the toe as well. I did that because I decided rather than have the stripes go funny, I did the toe and the heel in this red. That's also from Stray Cat. And the bag they're living in is a little Christmas bag. 'Tis the season to hoot. And that is from Slip Stitch Studios. And this was actually a bag in, I think possibly the first yarn club I was ever in, but it was just a one-off club, through Wool Girl, who I think are located in Portland, Oregon, in America. And they have thematic clubs. And this was a Christmas club several years ago now. And this is a little bag. It's really cool inside. It's got the pockets in the fabric, the really cool red and green spots. So I actually keep the coordinating yarn in one of those little pockets, which is handy. And again, being a squishy sack, it's good to take. So I've been having these on my commute, or this one anyway. And then I just started this one. I took this away with me. And I think I'm just about a few more rows into the red and I'll be ready to start the heel. But I actually forgot to bring the coordinating yarn with me to Melbourne. So I put it away, but as I said, I doubt I would have got to it anyway because I just wasn't feeling it. But the cool thing with self-striping yarn, no, I really haven't woven in my ends, so ignore that. But it looks really cool inside out too. Not the joggy bits, let's look on that side. There we go. Very pretty. And yeah, red and white, my favourite Christmas colours. Red, haha, what a surprise. So I'm very much looking forward to finishing these off. I guess I'd better, at this stage, focus on Christmas presents to others, which does not fit the Grinch along knit-along theme, but we'll have to see. I think I'd rather have my presents done, because I'm not feeling stressed about them, but I do know that time is marching on, so we'll see. And the final work in progress is one I just started last night, because I just needed a bit of a quick win. So these are some tube socks for my nephew, or he's not my nephew, but my second cousin really, but my nephew, you know what I mean. And these are in Felice yarn in the colourway Jingles. They're a Christmas colour, but that colour's pretty true. It's more of a rusty red colour than a red colour. But I think that means they can translate very well to non-Christmas time as well, because as I keep saying, it's not going to be cold here on Christmas. So wool socks perhaps won't be the thing to wear. It's usually over 40 on Christmas here. I don't know exactly what that is for translating to, or converting, sorry, to Fahrenheit, but I think it's definitely over 100. I think maybe 37 or 38 degrees Celsius is 100 Fahrenheit. So 40, yeah, it's well over 100, so yay. But anyway, this pattern is by Jane Richmond. It's called Tube Socks for Kids, and it's just a free pattern on Ravelry, and it actually calls for Felice yarn, so it works out really well. And I mean, obviously you can use whatever yarn you like, but it was exciting when I knew I had it. And Felice works really well for kids stuff, I find, because it's very soft, but it's got the nylon in it. It's easy wearing. This came to me, I don't know if it was earlier this year or late last year, but I placed an order through Knit Picks, and Rose a la Frenier was my yarn mule and sent it to me, so I sent her the money, or no, I think she placed the order as well, so I just sent her all the money for the order and the postage through PayPal, and she sent it up. So very cool. It's funny though, if you look in the cream, you can see there's some of the flecks of red, the red rusty colour, but then there's this mauve purple colour as well, which I don't think looks unpleasant. I'm a bit confused about why it's there in terms of why they had that colour and not some more red or green, but whatever. But these are going really well. I cast on 48 stitches using 2.5mm. The pattern called for 275, which I guess might be a US 2. And it said that Jane, the designer, liked to have a looser sock, but I figured that I might just keep it at my normal needle size to give it a bit more sturdiness. That way they can be worn either with socks or without socks and hopefully stand up to it with a bit more strength to them. So this is such a new project, it's not even in a project bag yet, so but I'm hoping they'll be very quick because, as I said, 48, that took me a couple of hours last night, so should serve me in good stead because I want to make at least one more pair, either in this one or in another pinky Felici that I've got, so we shall see. And that's it for works in progress. Not much knitting happening, as I said, but hey, there's been some. I'll take the wins where I can. I thought I'd finish works in progress, but there's one more, but it's not really a progress, it's a weird other place. Hibernating, I guess. So there's a pattern called Mother Bears, which is a pattern I think was written originally for charity, and that's usually what it's used for. So in 2011, I made this bear. Yes, 2011, that's what I did. And I made part of this bear, and I made this bear, and this bear. Now, as you can see, the parts get less and less as we go. So originally I was going to make these for 2 pairs of nieces and nephews for Christmas. And so 2011, 3 years ago, obviously I was much less experienced knitter then, and just thought it'll be fine, I'll get it all done. I still kind of think that, but at least I have more foresight now and I plan a lot earlier. So this was like, you know, beginning of January I decided to start these projects. I even took a couple of days off work. With leave, I don't mean I called in sick or anything. I took off some leave days to try and work on them. Didn't get anywhere near it, as you can see. So, didn't happen that year. I think 2012, yeah, that's when I had the arthritis pain, so I wasn't knitting much. 2013, I thought about it, didn't work on it, and I thought, this is the year, I'm going to do it, I'm going to fix them. Well, not fix them, finish them. And then I looked at him, and I sort of thought, he's very cute, don't get me wrong, but I thought he's probably too young for the kids I had in mind. Because, you know, surprise, surprise, they've all grown. And I also thought, you know, I wanted to give them because they're so cute, but I really wasn't looking forward to it. And I was thinking, you know, sometimes I can slog through a project to get it done because I want the product and that I know the recipient will love the product, that sort of thing. But with so many, even if I just finished 2, I was like, oh, I do not want to do the finishing. It's very fiddly because you've got to stitch up the sides. And so if you look on this one, what you do is you start, you know, on the bottom and do up, and then you've got to sew his, yeah, really wasn't looking forward to it. And then I thought, you know what, let it go. Just let it go. So this one, he's nearly finished. I've just got to stitch up his pants. Oh, how rude, sorry. And then stitch, you know, clamp down his ears, that sort of thing, and a bit of finishing, maybe a little scarf to pull his head in. So very cute. But I think what I'll do is he'll actually go to charity, because at my workplace I started a craft group, and we're, as well as doing projects for ourselves, we're throughout the year just gathering things to donate to a women's and children's refuge in our sort of semi-local area to our workplace in Perth. So I think this will be really cool, because I think, you know, if there's a little child and they've had to flee a violent household, I think coming with this will be really lovely. So that is the plan for this one. Any suggestions for these? my thought was, if anyone wants to do a mother bear and would like these, I would be happy to send them to you. This one's got a little bit of stuffing in it already and is pretty ready to go, other than sewing the seams and doing the face. These have got less, they haven't got arms yet, but you've got a good headway. I can send you the yarn as well, if you want to finish off the arms in the same colour. So, if anyone would like some bear skins, carcasses, I don't know, there's no nice way to say that, is there? But if you would like them, I would be happy to send them on, because I'd like them to actually get used for their purpose, either to give to someone you know or to give to charity. As long as I know that they're going to a good home and they're going to be used, I would be happy to pass them on. And I will pass this little guy, who's wearing skinny jeans, because of how I did the stockinette. Probably wouldn't do that next time. But yes, let me know. Send me a message, either PM me on Ravelry or leave a message in the episode thread, and they can be yours. I'm so lucky to have so many lovely friends that I've met through knitting, and the generosity just blows me away. So my first generous thing I've received, yes I said first, there's several, I'm extremely lucky. So the first thing I got was from the lovely Jana, who's Jana Nav, and as I mentioned earlier that I'd had to order some knit picks last year or earlier this year, and Rose acted as my yarn mule. This time Jana had said she would be more than happy for me to send my knit picks order to her, because knit picks don't ship outside of the US or to US territories. So very lovely, and I said, yep, no worries, let me know, I'll put the order through, let me know the postage. She sent it to me and wouldn't let me pay her back, so thank you, Jana, you are so generous, I really appreciate it. And there's quite a few. Because knit picks is really quite reasonable, isn't it? And as I said, I can't usually buy from there, so I thought, I'm placing an order, I'll make the most of it. So, first of all, I got a couple of balls of Felici, because as we know, Felici is being null and void. Though I did see recently they brought out a couple more colours. I don't know if maybe they'd found some back stock or something, don't know, but I'm sure that's not going to last long. So get into it, people, if you didn't know. This is the Cheer colourway, which I believe is also a Christmas colour, but it's, yeah, that's pretty true. It's more of a maroony colour with a pale pink in between. I already had a few of these from my previous knit picks order, but when I saw that this colour was still available, I thought I'd grab it because, you know, why not? It's self-striping, it's really soft, and my niece really likes it, so I thought I could also possibly use it to make larger garments, so it may not self-stripe or stay in the stripes, or it might be thin stripes, but either way, she really likes the colours, so I thought that was a good choice for her. Now, the main thing I wanted to buy in this order, I hope you like the crinkling. A lot of people apologise for the crinkling, but I love hearing that on podcasts. It sounds like presents and parcels. So. Now, this is the main thing I wanted to buy. Isn't that just gorgeous? Now, I'm not really a pink person to wear myself. Like, I wouldn't wear this colour really. It's lovely, don't get me wrong. I'm not judging it. It's just, you know, not really me. But my niece is going to love this. I'm going to use this to make the graceful pullover. That was the one that styled little girls in ballet costumes, and the proceeds of the pattern are going to help a family who very sadly lost their father and husband. Now, my little niece does ballet, and so, you know, the styling all works. This colour is just so gorgeous. I cannot wait to start this, because I think I'm just going to be happy the whole time I'm knitting it, because it's just a beautiful colour. Just stunning. These tonal shades through it. And I think it's really going to work, because the graceful pullover has some cabling up the front, which will be the first time I've been doing cabling, so that's also exciting, so I'm looking forward to that. Now I'll tell you the yarn, sorry. It's the Stroll Fingering in the, is it Seashell? Seashell Tonal. So I think these are hand painted. They are hand painted, so very good price. And yeah, it'll be really good hard wearing, because I think it's $75.25, yep, so superwash merino and nylon. So can't wait to start that. So it's going to be a project, I guess early 2015 now, let's be honest, but yes, as soon as possible. And this one is Gloss Fingering in the Winter Night. That's 70% merino, 30% silk. And this, showing up a little bit deeper blue there, but that's pretty close. I'm going to use to make my mum a shawl, the Whispering Pines shawl, the pattern by Molly, that I've already made one for myself. But Mum had said she'd like a blue one, so, and with having the silk, it does have a bit of a shimmer to it. Not like Stellina shimmer, just an overall glow. So I think that will be beautiful for that shawl. So again, maybe next year. Continuing on with the Knit Picks order, I have these. I'll just get out 3. A jumper I'd like to make for Sophie, my stepdaughter, is, I believe it's called 3-in-1. And it might be by Atelier Alpha, but it's definitely called 3-in-1. And the way you knit it, you use short rows, and it looks like the jumper has 2 different coloured shirts underneath, like you've rolled it up or something. So, in all more of the stroll fingering, this one is called Gypsy. This is Pansy. And this one is Train Station. So the main body I think is going to be in the red, and then I think like that. So you have mostly red and then accents of purple and black. Again, not sure when I'll make that. Maybe, because winter here is obviously June, July, August officially, and Sophie's birthday is in June, I might make that as a birthday present for her, and that gives me a bit more time because I've got a lot of things that I just want to start right now, and I can't start them all. So if I put out some actual proper realistic goals in place for that, I think it'll be okay. But I don't want to lose the momentum, you know how you get? But I'm sure I won't, because this is so pretty, and you know, these are totally my colours as well, so I'm very much going to enjoy making that. Okay, my next parcel of generosity blew me away completely. So I get a message from Yvonne, who is Ganesh, and she said she wanted to send me some silk yarn scraps for my Cozy Memories blankets. I was like, awesome, give her my address. And then I get this really big parcel, and I was like, that's a lot of yarn. But when I opened it, this was in there. And she handmade me a Batman project bag. How awesome! So blown away already. Then I opened said bag, and in there is lots of yarn, a lovely card, some very gorgeous Japanese sticky notes, very cute, and a little container. And I thought, oh, what's in there? So I will just open it up and I'll show you what's in there. So she made me some stitch markers with Batman symbols. Aren't they awesome? Sorry, flip them around. There's several kinds. And then buttons as well. All handmade. Absolutely amazing. They've got Batman, cherry blossoms. Ugh. To say I was happy was an understatement. Generosity is just so insane. Thank you so much again, Yvonne. I know we've already spoken, but blown away. Thank you so much. And more thanking. I think this works out quite well because I know, was it last week, I believe, everyone in the United States celebrated Thanksgiving. So this is all very timely. I mean, I try to be thankful every day for all the goodness that I have, but I have a lot to be thankful for in this respect. So 9crafty11, the lovely Julia, we've sort of met on Instagram and Ravelry, and Julia likes to make some bags, and she doesn't yet have a business, but I know lots of people are encouraging her to do so, and you will as well after you see this. So Julie had made herself some Alice in Wonderland bags to match some stitch markers she had, and I was so blown away by them. I left her a message and said, look, can I commission you to make me some? You know, let me know, we just swap or I'll pay you, whatever. And then she said, oh, no, I'll make you one. Yep, that's fine, we'll work out the details later. Then I get a parcel with the bags in it. Oh my God. Look at that. How perfect is that? all the reds and all the blacks and all the Alices and then fabulous keys on the back, so keeping with the theme. And then the wonderful writing. Oh, it's so nice and so well made. Gorgeous little ribbon. Really, really well made. But that wasn't all. Also in the bag, or the package, was this bag. How amazing. Just this fabric is just stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And inside there's some, she's since told me, vintage Japanese fabric. Oh, and she sent me some yarns for my scrap blanket as well, which, I can't believe it. And she said they were gifts. She said she'd made me this before and just hadn't sent it to me yet, so I just put this in. And she just sent them to me. Wouldn't let me give her anything. Julia, thank you so much. It's just, you need to open a shop. You will have no trouble selling, and I will definitely buy from you again. Amazing. I'm a lucky girl. Thank you, everyone. So, as I've mentioned, I just got back from Melbourne, where I was for a week. Melbourne is in the state of Victoria, which is the complete opposite side of Australia to where I live, Perth. And I was there for a training course for work, but I did have some time to get around, and they have daylight savings in Melbourne, so it meant after work there was still a lot of light, and the city is so vibrant and buzzing, and it's just amazing. So I got a few things. This is not knitting related, but a little fox Christmas decoration, very cute. I love him. And I did find a couple of yarn stores. So there's one in the main part of the city, so I went there on the first day. I was with a colleague, friend from work, and I said, so the only thing I really want to do is get to this yarn store, so if we can go there, I don't care what we do afterwards. So that yarn store is called Morris & Sons, and it was very big, and it had all commercial, well, not all commercial, but no local hand dyes is what I mean by that. But a lot of things that I can't get in Perth, and one of the things I bought was a sock blank. So I've seen these around about, but never seen one in person, so I've seen it round about on the internet. So this is from Shopper Wool, the company, who do, among other things, the Crazy Zalba balls. So I know it's a good hard-wearing yarn. And they didn't have any dyed up, but I thought, oh, this would be a good chance to try my hand at some dyeing as well. And because there wasn't anything else that I, had to get. They had, what brand was it? I think they had some Malabrigo, which was all beautiful, but nothing like that just, spoke to me. But I wanted to buy something, so I thought this is good, because as I said, I haven't seen a real one, and it will give me a chance to dye, so that'll be something for then. And then the other yarn shop I found was called Woolarium. And this one I heard about from Kiki, who is the dyer behind the company Yarn vs Zombies. And Kiki lives just up the road from this yarn store, so it's her LYS, and she often puts some of her yarns to dye. So it worked out that the day I could get there, she could get there as well. Unfortunately, Lotta wasn't able to join us, but at least Lotta, we were in the same city, even if we couldn't meet. But that was great, because I hadn't heard of this yarn store otherwise. And it also meant I got to buy some Yarn vs Zombies. So this is the one that I got. Isn't it gorgeous? Just reminds me of like pistachio green or mint ice cream. And this is 100% merino, and the colourway is called Melbourne Street Art. So as well as it being beautiful, that's what swayed me, because it had Melbourne in the title. So Yarn vs Zombies, which you can buy online. So go and check her out. Very talented Australian dyer. And, I thought, looking around. Now, when I watch podcasts for other countries, mostly America, all the trips that people have to the yarn stores just seem really exciting, because as well as commercial yarns, all the yarn stores over there seem to carry local yarn dyers, as well as hand dyes. And no yarn store I've been to in Australia actually does that. It's all commercial stock. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just means, you know, you're not getting a local flavour. But this yarn store carrying Yarn vs. Zombies was fantastic, but she also carried some other hand-dyed ranges, including Madeline Tosh. I've never seen Madeline Tosh in a shop in Australia. It's just not stocked here, except obviously at Wallerium. So I own a lot of Madeline Tosh already, but I've bought it online and, you know, never been dissatisfied with it. But to see it in person was very exciting. So I figured I had to get some. So what I chose, these beauties. So this is Composition Book Grey in the Tosh Merino Light. I already have several skeins of this, but it seems quite a darker version than the ones I have, and equally beautiful. But I thought, because even though it's a colourway I have, it's actually a different representation of it. So I thought, it's not doubling up. You can't have too much Madeline Tosh, let's be honest. So I thought, yes, I've seen Madeline Tosh in person in a shop, I have to buy some. So I got that. And then I got something I hadn't tried before, which is Shibui yarn. I've heard of it, but I've never tried it. So Shibui, and this is, what's it say in there? Shibui sock. So it's 100% merino in the Chinese red colourway. And yes, what a surprise, I bought some red yarn. But very pretty. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for. I think it's 50 grams. Yes, so 175 metres or 191 yards per skein. So maybe a small shawlette or something. That's why I got two. But yes, that was a very exciting yarn trip. Yes. I could have bought more, but I tried to restrain myself. And I thought, yeah, that'll do. Oh, I did buy more. Not yarn though. But I got this very cool shawl pin. Thought that was something a bit funky. A bit Melbourne. So that was my shopping. In Melbourne at least. There's more online shopping to come. I placed an order through Simply Sock Yarn. I think the main reason is because I wanted to try out this yarn. So it's Regia Active, and this has the Outlast fibre in it, which is the same thing that is used in Lorna Lace's Soulmate, which I also bought. So I'm just trying to find the composition, which I'm not used to looking at this label. So it's 40% wool, 40% acrylic, and 20% polyamide. I'm not sure which part is the Outlast. So it's either 40% or 20%. Anyway, and I just wanted to give one a try because I thought being Regia it might be a little bit more of a workhorse, which it is. Whereas Soulmate is quite soft. That's 55 superwash merino, 15% nylon, and 30% of the Outlast. So the Outlast is the fibre that's supposed to regulate the temperature, so you don't get too hot, you don't get too cold. And I thought that's, you know, a really good thing to have in socks. So I bought the black just to give it a try, and then I got this one, which is in the colour Bigger on the Inside, which is a Doctor Who reference. And you may remember I bought this colourway in the Sport Mate, which is the same fibre but a sport weight. But I have to say that because I've been wanting to just knit easy socks, I can't be bothered working out my gauge and stitch numbers on the sport weight. It's terrible. I will do it eventually, I just can't be bothered right now. So I thought I'd get this because my idea is to use this to make some socks for Damien for his, to wear while he's cycling, right? It's terrible, isn't it? I will make sport ones later, maybe for winter when it's, you need thicker ones. Anyway, moving on. Also, at Simply Sock Yarn, they have Blue Moon Fibre Arts. Now, I don't know what it is about Blue Moon Fibre Arts, but whenever I buy their yarn or see their yarn in my stash, it makes me really happy. And that's not in any way to say other yarn doesn't make me happy. All yarn makes me happy, don't get me wrong. So I don't know if it's the fact that Blue Moon was actually one of the first yarns I ever bought online, and also not from just the big big box, I think is what you call it in America, craft store where it, you know, was sort of cheap and nasty in some ways yarn. So this was the first proper yarn and probably what got me down the rabbit hole of online yarn shopping and hand dyeing and all that sort of thing. And I think it might be the twist as well. Got some here. Because the Socks That Rock has a really tight twist, so maybe it's how it looks. So when I saw that Simply Sock Yarn had Blue Moon, I kind of thought I'd get some. And in colours that are not usually me, but that these may not be for things for me, but I just really like them, even though they're not my normal colours. I really, really like them. So this one is Metaphysical Angst. That's just a funny name anyway. But gorgeous, gorgeous colours. Nice bright red there, which I think goes really nice with this blue. It's got some oranges. Really pretty. This one is henpecked, because my mum has hens or chickens. So some hen colours are pretty cool. And this one, Frankenhen, another hen colour. This one I've actually knit some socks for Mum before in, but I think it was in the medium weight. This is the lightweight. And again, not my colours, but I just love how they play, and I remember really liking knitting this colourway. So had to get those. And then I also got this one. This might be for something for Mum. This is the Yaxi base, which is 60% wool, 20% yak, and 20% silk. The Tea and Alchemy. It's a little bit hard to shop. There's some of the variations, so it's sort of deep. And I thought I just wanted to try the base. It was cool. So that was that purchase, and it made me very happy. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm sort of reluctant to use them for socks, even though they're sock yarn, because I did make some socks for Damien, I might have mentioned once, in the heavyweight Socks That Rock, and there's no nylon, and they ripped and felted terribly. But I think shawls, I've made shawls with this one, with the lightweight before, so I think that's probably a possibility, so we'll see. Next, White Birch Fibre Arts. So I managed to catch an update without even realising there was an update. I think I was just, you know, scrolling through my phone and went to the Etsy app. It's dangerous. I need to get rid of that damn app. But it's so convenient. And there was the White Birch Fibre Arts update. So, I haven't unwrapped them yet. It's on the plastics. So, I have, these are all Walking Dead inspired colourways. No Damn Peach Schnapps and Things Aren't Over. Dolphin Smooth, and then a Christmas one, Missile Toes, like it. And I kept the little handout, which is not there. I'll get that later. So beautiful White Birch Fibre Arts as always with the nicely gradient self-stripings. They're all self-stripings. I'm very behind on Walking Dead this season, so please don't tell me anything. I know Dolphin Smooth is some reference to something. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know till I watch it. But I just really like the colours. So that one's I'm actually going to give to Damien because he really likes orange. So this would be nice. Orange, white, the grey. Really, really lovely. Oh, so much self-striping. Fun. And in addition to that, Lisa from White Birch also sent us something that we can use in a prize in a future giveaway. So this one is called Nothing Says Screw You Like a Rainbow. And it's beautiful. It has a chunk of rainbow and then chunk of the very get light blue like the sky. So thank you very much for that lovely prize, and we'll be using that in a future giveaway. Self-striping, yay! So that's those, and then I have one more thing to show you today. I do have a few more purchases, but I'm actually running out of storage space on my iPod for recording, so I'll keep those for next time because I think we've had quite a lot. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you all want to see all of it. I know I want to talk about all of it, but we might have to save some. But this is my very lovely Christmas bag from a homespun house, Molly, podcast of the same name as well as Etsy shop. Isn't it gorgeous? It's got a little teacup and the lovely green ribbon, green bell, and I just love it. So my colours, and with the green making it Christmassy. And isn't it cute? These little, 50s housewives doing their little Christmas things. I wish I had a dress like that. It'd be cool. And inside is beautiful red linen fabric. So yes, very Christmassy, very me. I was very excited to catch that in the update. because you've got to go like that with some of Molly's things, so yay! And I think that might be it for acquisitions for this week. What's spinning me right round these last few weeks? There's been a lot. Again, very grateful. First off, Tori Amos concert. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen I got to meet Tori Amos. So exciting. I cannot describe how much of a fan of Tori Amos I am. You're probably getting an idea. But I heard, she often does a meet and greet after her sound check. And I'd contacted the venue, and the guy I was emailing just didn't know anything about it. And I thought, it's really weird. So I thought, I'll give them a call on the day. And the woman who answered the phone was like, yeah, 2 o'clock. So I was like, oh my God. So luckily it was about a 15-minute walk from my workplace to the venue. So I just bolted out the door, texted my boss, like, I'm going to meet Tori Amos, because I told him it might be happening. And when I got there were only about 25 people altogether, which was really good, because usually if she has a big crowd, she can only spend a little bit of time with people, obviously, so that no one's waiting that long and she's got things to do. So apparently usually you can only have either a photo with her or an autograph. But because there are only a smaller number of us, she was doing both. So, and spending a bit more time with us all. And when I was waiting my turn, I could see she had a notebook with Wonder Woman on it. So when I got up, I got to speak to her. I said, oh, I love your Wonder Woman book. I said, I love Wonder Woman, and I'm also YarnderWoman. I have a knitting podcast. And she said, that is awesome. And she's telling her stage manager, this is YarnderWoman. And I'd written my name, Melinda, on a post-it note for her to sign. For her to copy when she was autographing my CD case. And she goes, and how do I spell YarnderWoman? So she wanted to put it on because she thought it was so cool. And I had my knitting with me, which was actually I've moved them now, but the No Makers Joker socks that I'd been knitting on those while I'd been waiting. And I actually got her to hold them for a photo. So she touched the yarn. And I think it was Sarah Hepworth on Instagram actually suggested that I put some of that yarn, sorry, there's a bug, actually put some of that yarn in my Cozy Memories blanket, even though there's greens and that sort of thing. There is some purple and some black. So even if I just put a few rows in, I think that would be awesome. So very good idea. And I think next time she comes, because she does come every few years or so, I think I'll make sure that I'm knitting something that's for me, so that if I get her to hold it again, then they're things for me, because I don't think Dorian's really going to care that Tori must hold his socks, but so exciting. And then her show was absolutely amazing, just brilliant. We actually ended up taking Sophie with us as well. She'd never been to a concert before other than seeing Damien play in some gigs. So this was her first proper concert, and it was so cute. At one point she goes, my heart was just racing and it was so beautiful, and I just couldn't breathe, and I thought, am I enjoying the show or am I having an anxiety attack? I said, that's how you know it's a good concert. So I sort of cleared out the merchandise stand in a big way. One of the things I got was this bag. So it's like an eye chart, but it says Unrepentant Geraldines, which is the name of her latest album. And then I had to get the program. She's such a talented woman, person, and she's so beautiful. Gorgeous. Not that looks matter, but, in addition to her talent, she's gorgeous. And such a lovely person, and so generous with her time, and just amazing. Really, really lovely. Gave everyone a hug, really was listening to what they were saying, and yeah, really, really lovely person. So, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately because I loaded up my phone with them so I could listen to them during my trip, which worked out really well because on the flight over we had the individual screens on the back of our seats, but mine didn't work, so it was lucky I had my podcast to cover me. And then coming back, it was an older plane, so it just had the one screen, off in the distance, and who can be bothered. As I said, I slept a lot of that time anyway. But the podcast I've been listening to in the main is back episodes of Down Cellar Studios with Boston Jen, so that's been great. And I've also recently discovered a newer podcast called NH Knits, which is New Hampshire Knits, and so that's another good one you can check out as well. I believe we're up to episode 6 with that one, so quite an early one you can get in on the ground. So that's been very exciting. And I spent most of yesterday, Friday, at home, because I was going to take the day off anyway because I got back quite late on the Thursday, but then I went to the doctor and it turned out it was bronchitis, so it was good I had a day off. But yeah, very jet lagged, so I spent most of the day catching up on video podcasts and doing a little bit of knitting, and that was so nice. So yes, I think I'm nearly caught up on my podcasts, but you know, you can never really catch up because there's so many fantastic ones out there. But check those out. Oh, a new podcast you have to check out, a video one. It's called And Just Another Podcast, and that is by the lovely Lotta, and she is from Berlin, though currently in Melbourne, though we weren't unfortunately able to meet up. But I think she's got 2 episodes out, so check that out as well. We had a swap going in the group, which was for Christmas cards or greeting cards, but I think everyone's gone with Christmas cards. So I've sent mine off, and I think we had one person join us a bit late, so I don't think the card has gone to them yet, but everyone's been assigned their partners. And that's been really lovely, and a few people have already received them, so there is a thread in the Ravelry group if you want to have a look at, see what people are getting. We were just sending a card and anything flat, so anything you could get into a flat envelope to just keep the postage down for everyone. But it's really cool to see how people have been interpreting the flat things and how much people are squeezing in there. It's really awesome. So check that out if you'd like to have a look. And if you think that you'd like to be in a swap sometime next year, I think it would be really fun. So leave your little message in the comment thread for this episode if you think that would be something you'd be interested in. Haven't got any ideas for any specifics, but let me know if you'd like to join. And a big thing that was spinning me right around all week when I was in Melbourne was food. Food in Melbourne is amazing. So Melbourne is a much bigger city than Perth, a lot higher population, but food is so cheap there compared to Perth. Perth is sort of towards the bottom of the massive state of Western Australia, and up north there's a lot of mining industry. So because of that, people base themselves in Perth, or the mining workers. So we've had a massive mining boom that meant prices have gone up for everything: housing, food, coffee, everything. So to go to Melbourne and there to be such a huge variety of food, and it's amazing and so cheap, I ate so much. I don't think I've ever eaten that much in a long time. Really, really tasty stuff. And amazing coffee as well. Melbourne's quite renowned for its coffee, so I had some really great ones. But funnily, no one knew what cold drip coffee was. So I quite commonly get that here, because especially in the warm weather. So cold drip coffee being just that, it's not brewed with hot water, it's cold water is dripped down over it, and it makes it a really more subtle flavour, so it's not as bitter. But I asked for it the first couple of days I was there, and people were like, "Do you mean iced coffee?" And I was like, no. So it must be a Perth thing, I don't know. But yeah, food, coffee, amazing gastronomical delights. So I think I'm going to have to ease off and have something a bit more usual for the next couple of days. Otherwise my stomach's going to just keep expecting these wonders. On to prizes. So we had 3 prizes to draw for today. The first one is from our Marigold Jen yarn giveaway. So here's the tag. And this is the yarn that is so much brighter in person. It's really, really vibrant. And this is the Paradise Islands colourway. So I used random.org as always to draw the prize winner, and the winner was number 66, who is Tangled Lily. Now, Tangled Lily and I have been conversing a lot lately about Tori Amos, because we both went to the concert in our respective states, and I think Tori would approve of this yarn. So congratulations, Tangled Lily. And our other prize draw was 2 copies of the gorgeous pattern The Gardener's Shawl by Nancy Whitman, and that was in celebration of us reaching 700 members. Now I think we're only about 20 members off having 800 members of the group, which is very exciting. So if you haven't joined yet, come along, because then you get the chance to enter all these prize draws and it brings on more prizes. So we had 2 patterns to give away. This is the shawl here. And I will just call up my notes for the winners. First number drawn by random.org was number 11, who was Sherry Hardy. Sherry from the USA, congratulations. And the next one was number 18, who was Anjay Ship, Andrew from Canada. So congratulations, ladies. Thank you to everyone who entered. Thank you to Nancy and Jen for the wonderful donations. And have fun, everyone. And I think that brings us to the end of today's excitement. At least I hope you're excited or pleased. As I said, I have felt a little bit hazy from my bronchitis and my jet lag, so I hope I came across coherent at some point. Show notes, as always, can be found on the blog, which is www.YarnderWoman.blogspot.com.au. There'll be a link to the episode there as well as in the Ravelry thread. Please leave me a message on the Ravel thread or send me a PM about anything that you'd like to ask me or anything you'd like to comment on. That would be great. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time. Can you believe we're so close to Christmas and other holidays that are happening at this time of year? So have a wonderful couple of weeks, everyone. I hope there's no stress for you. Don't let the holidays stress you out. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.